Let's move to the first slide. I brought some slides today, and I want to, I guess, establish the setting first. Here's our first. I don't want to numb you with too many statistics, but here's the ranking of Florida counties. This is a chart put out by FDOT. It's an excerpt. Now, the important thing to notice here is that Sarasota County ranks 20th amongst the large counties in the state. They're only of the 23, so that's pretty good in total fatalities and accidents. And in all of the little categories of types of accidents, you know, drunk driving, teen drivers, aggressive driving, speed-related, etc., we're from 10th to 23rd. That's okay. I mean, actually, we're doing real well in speed-related accidents and aggressive driving. However, notice over there in bicycle fatalities and injuries, the third one from the left, we are 4th in the state in bicycle fatalities and injuries. Nowhere else do we rank even as high as 10th. So Sarasota County has a particular problem with bicycle fatalities and injuries. What's even worse about this, let's go back there, Rod. What's even worse about this is 2 years ago we were 5th in the state. Now, you don't. Okay, so we moved just one little notch. You think that's not so bad. However, this is a 5-year rolling average, and 5-year rolling averages don't move that much. So, getting worse from 5th, going up to 4th is not a good thing. Let's move to the city stats there, Rod. Okay, so here we come from the same source, FDOT, talking about cities. Now here we're taking a look at 95 Florida cities from population 15,000, 75,000. Notice here, okay, Sarasota is 27th in the state in total fatalities and injuries, and in all categories except bicycle and pedestrian, our highest ranking is 20th, and we get down as low as 48th. However, bicycle fatalities and injuries, we're 5th in the state.
Wow.
So we got a particular problem in the county and the city in bicycle fatalities. Notice also pedestrian fatalities and injuries. Sarasota's 15th in the state. So the city in particular has a problem with pedestrian fatalities and injuries, but both city and county have a big problem with bicycle fatalities and injuries. Next slide, please. Okay, so there we have the city and the county. They're ranking high in the state. Okay, that's a problem in and of itself. Consider this. The state is #1 in the nation for bicycle fatalities. It's been that way. I started working in bicycle safety and bicycle advocacy back in the mid '80s. We were #1 then. We're still #1. And if you take a look at those stats, you'll see that our number of fatalities per 1 million population is 7.3.
7.3.
The national average is 2.58. We're almost 3 times the national average. That's for year 2006, which I'm using because we have to correlate it with the numbers for the 5-year rolling averages from FDOT. Right. Same kind of story for 2007. We're still sitting up there on top. We're 6.52, almost 3 times the national average. One other thing I want you to notice here. Look at who's number 2 and 3 in 2006. It's Utah and California with some high rates. Look who's number 2 and 3 in 2007. South Carolina and Montana. This is the problem with Florida. We're always in the top 3. Other people will come and join in. Occasionally you'll see DC, you'll see New Mexico, you'll see Nevada, they'll join in, but they're blips on the screen. Florida's always in the top 3. It's been #1 since at least 2001 in bicycle. As an aside, pedestrian-wise, Florida's also the recognized leader in pedestrian fatalities. We're always in the top 3 there too.
Wow.
2 more slides there, I think, Rod. Okay, here we go. Rod, you actually touched on it. There are much better statistics available for motor vehicles and pedestrians. However, here's a statistic I want us all to take a good close look at. Clearwater Beach, 1999. They put in the first roundabout in the southeast. Their pedestrian injury rates per year fall from 1.6 to 0. They wipe them out. Bicycle injury rates. Now this is annualized.
A high volume roundabout.
Yeah, this is high volume.
More volume in that roundabout than is anticipated for these that are proposed for the Bayfront.
And this is Florida, and that's a tourist area. So again, bicycle injury rates go down to 0. So that's pretty dramatic. Now let me go to our next slide. Why does this happen? Well, let's get down very simple. Roundabouts eliminate your high peak speeds. They just slow things down, okay? You got shorter braking distances, you got longer reaction times, and the crashes that do occur are less severe. Second one, everybody's making only one turn to the right. It's really nice and simple.
This is important to emphasize that that the movement within the roundabout is always to the right. You enter the roundabout to the right as you merge, and then everything is going the same direction. Makes a whale of a difference in safety.
Well, and especially because you're moving at 10, 15, 20 miles an hour. I don't know, a lot of us, just to get a handle on that, how many of us as motorists get really annoyed when we come to a school zone and we have to slow down to 15 miles an hour. We find it difficult to do. I drive a truck with a manual transmission. I find it difficult to do, even when I'm in an automatic transmission. Think about how slow you're moving and how careful you can be. A third reason why roundabouts are exceptionally safe, okay? No more head-on crashes, no more left turn crashes, no more of this T-boning where you're plowing through the intersection, you got the green line, and somebody comes and smacks you on the right or left side and wipes you right out. The story, I mean, I can't tell you, there's a couple of intersections that scare me. Myrtle and 41, I see it happening all the time. I've seen it happening downtown Main Street, Main and Orange. I've seen people come through the intersection. I don't know what's the matter with them. They're kind of leaning up against the car, their eyes are glazed, they just come barreling right through. And I've been lucky I haven't been hit. Another huge thing, another huge reason that roundabouts are safer for the bicyclist and the pedestrian, there are no U-turns. You can't make a U-turn like you can on a normal highway. That's not typically discussed. Also, what happens with bicyclists and pedestrians a lot, and is where there's a turn across a crosswalk. Both the bicyclist and the motorist are facing the same way, or both the bicyclist and pedestrian are facing the same way along with the motorist. The motorist looks left, nobody coming, looks right, no one coming, looks left, no one coming, he starts turning right. As he was looking left, you started moving in the crosswalk. Bang, you're gotten. As we were doing the connectivity charrette, a veterinarian was killed on Clark Road. That's right. Betsy Sublette, a downtown resident, was hit on Tamiami Trail right down the bayfront. Fourth reason, you come into a roundabout. It's not like a signalized intersection where you can be playing the radio, sipping your coffee, and not worrying about it. You've got to do some actions here. You're forced to concentrate. That anxiety.
Oops, I'm sorry, I went one too far.
That anxiety is good. You're forced to concentrate, and therefore you have to think about it. And that's actually a good thing because now the road has got your attention. So let me point this out. They're actually, whenever you talk about bicyclists and behavior in the road, you have to realize that there are different types of bicyclists. You have the road cyclists, you have the sidewalk cyclists. In a roundabout, traffic's moving 15, 20 miles an hour, tops. A bicyclist has no problem getting right out there and commanding the lane. Motorists aren't bothered by the fact they're ahead of them because they're moving at the same speed they are. Should the bicyclist decide to act as a pedestrian? No big deal. Roundabouts are great for pedestrians. They've got, in the pedestrian crossings, traffic's coming from one way, okay? It's coming at 10, 15 miles an hour, and the bicyclist has a pedestrian refuge right out there in the middle of the crossing. Finally, just a little bit of a sophisticated point, there's some bicyclists who happen to be hybrids. They like to be road users, and then when they get to the roundabout, they chicken out, and they decide, okay, well, this is too much for me. This doesn't match my comfort level. I'm going to use the roundabout sidewalks.
Why not?
No problem.
Why not?
You got a circular sidewalk all around the roundabout. You can just use it, and when you do cross the streets coming through the roundabout, no big deal. You've got these really fine pedestrian crossings. Yeah. Okay, so here what I did, I brought a little bit of pictures. I'm getting away from the charts, thank goodness. Here's a picture of a cyclist who is commanding the lane in a roundabout. Look at him there, he's right there in the center of the lane. He's not irritating motorists because he's moving probably along faster than they are. When I go through St. Armand's Circle, just as an example, which is not a roundabout, that's a traffic circle.
Traffic circle, right.
But one of the things I love about going through St. Armand's Circle is I'm moving faster than all the cars. And actually, one thing, let me say this about the Clearwater roundabout. There have been instances of bicyclists using it like a criterium. They will get on it and go round and round and round because it's that much fun. One last slide here. Okay, here we show, this is a slide of pedestrians using the roundabout, and you see what happens. And this looks like a little bit more than 2 or 3 lanes width, 2 or 3 lengths away from the roundabout. But here you see, some short distance from the roundabout, cars are already slowing down because they've been signed and warned they're going to have to slow down. Pedestrians step in the crosswalk. Cars stop for them, they cross.
And a cyclist could do the same.
Cyclists do the same thing.
His
bike across. Walking his bicycle and you could be slowly pedaling it.
Right.
So I think roundabouts are great for the bicyclists, and I look forward to us building 9, 10, 12 of them in Sarasota's future.
Well,
should anybody have any questions about this, please give me a call. I'm at 941-544-7788. My name is Mike Lasche, and I'm the Director of Bicycle Pedestrian Advocates.
Mike, we appreciate you being with us.